Have you ever heard of a courtesy card? You got one? This is my first time hearing of a courtesy card. NYPD have a system where officers can give their family and friends a courtesy card to get out of getting a traffic ticket. I think that's wonderful. Welcome to my world where all is well. I'm the thinker who thinks the thoughts that create the things. I'm also the Pride Queen Chief of Three Kings. Today is Sunday, October the 8th, 2023, and it's currently 14:37 hours. NYPD officer cites courtesy cards used by friends and family of cops as source of corruption, and he has filed a federal lawsuit. The police union gives these courtesy cards to police officers as a perk of being a police officer, perk of their job, and they give them to their family and friends to show if they ever get pulled over to cops to get them out of receiving a traffic citation. Now, Officer Matthew Banchi, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, Bianchi, has an issue with this, and he says it causes corruption, and he's being punished for not accepting the courtesy cards that these family and friends of police officers have used during traffic stops. If he pulls someone over, he doesn't accept their courtesy cards. The Police Benevolent Association does not disagree that some officers have these courtesy cards, but this officer Bianchi, he doesn't like it at all. I don't know if he have any family and friends, and none of them have ever received a citation or not, but apparently he don't like it. And now, when I used to play cops and robbers, we didn't have courtesy cards, but you see some vehicles with blue line stickers on the back of their car, and sometimes I would ask if they're an officer or related to an officer. If they say yes, it depends on the traffic infraction. Was I issue a ticket or not? I was not punished for issuing a ticket to someone with the blue line sticker. Some officers have come to me and asked me to turn a citation into a warning because I written a citation to their family member or friend, and I've done so with no problem at all. It's not gonna hurt me. I mean, I'm still getting paid regardless, so I had no issue with it. I have gone to some officers and with the same thing, a family or a friend of mine to call me and say, hey, your agency, I got pulled over, your agency wrote me a citation, can you do something about it? I asked what's the officer name on the citation. They tell me, I go to the officer and say, hey, can you reduce this to a warning? There's a family or friend of mine. And they said, yes. Now, out of my years, I've only had one officer to deny my request. And he denied it because he said that this person has had several citations, so he wasn't gonna change the citation he wrote for my friend into a warning because of this. Now, this same officer has come to me several times asking me to reduce a citation into a warning. I did not take the time to look to see how many citations this person has had. I just said yes because he asked, and I reduced it to a warning. I've even had the chief of police because I wrote a friend of his a citation who happened to park in a handicapped parking spot, and this person did not have a handicap decal. So I wrote them a citation for illegal parking in the handicapped parking. When court came, he asked me if I would reduce it to a warning, and I had no problem with it. I reduced it to a warning. So he's suing the NYPD because he said it causes corruption, because people with these courtesy cards are not going to try to obey the law or traffic enforcement because they know they can get by with it. I can see his point. Now, for him to get for not honoring these courtesy cards, I think is a whole different issue. I don't think he should be punished for it, but I have no issue or problem with officers extending courtesy to family members and friends of other officers. Like I said, depending on the infraction. Now, if an accident is involved, every single time I would try to write a citation if at that point I could determine who's at fault. because now you're talking about damage to property and possible medical injuries. So, in those cases, the citation would be written whether you was a family or friend of an officer or not. But I don't see an issue with it. He has filed a federal lawsuit against NYPD, Officer Matthew Bianchi. I wish him the best, I really do. I can see what his intentions are, but I don't see a problem with this at all. But I wish him the best. I wish all NYPD the best. And I wish the family and friends of the NYPD the best. I hope they are able to resolve this peacefully. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for turning on that notification bell. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God for you. All is well. God, serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And may my whole life prove that God is good.